Welcome everybody to Friday Night Cast.
This
Yes,
is the May.
This
this
is
is
the
the
May.
May. May the May be with you. I mean, it's Revenge of the Sith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sixth.
Mm-hmm.
I know May the 4th. I didn't realize there was more than May the 4th also.
Revenge of
So
the Fifth and Revenge of the Sixth, because
And
there
then
are two, always two.
there can only be two. And just since the Mandalorian, this is the May.
Mm-hmm.
this is the May. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep all of that in mind. Thank you for continuing to educate me on the Star Wars fandom. Uh, I'm I always feel woefully. I try and keep up with it, but
Don't try, just enjoy it.
Do or do
you're right.
not. There
Do
is
or
no
do
try.
not. There. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So anyway, welcome to Friday Night Cast, where we are a group, community of applied, spiritual, and therapeutic tabletop gamers, um, looking to demonstrate how you could use games in your work or in your professional lives. Uh, we like to highlight how practice among professional builds experience and education. We also enjoy exploring a variety of different role-playing games that can be used in multiple psychological and spiritual issues and applied settings. So if this is your first time joining us, we're so glad to have you here, jumping in the middle of one of our games. If you're returning, we're happy to have you join us again. It's always nice to have familiar faces back at the table. Tonight we'll be playing a little more Wanderhome, as we're kind of getting a little close to the end of our run of Wanderhome. And yeah, looking forward to seeing where it ends. I don't think we really have any idea where it ends quite yet. So you'll just have to stay with us and see where we end up with it.
You know what they say.
Uh, Play to find out, right, Monaco?
You do know.
This is the May. This is the way. This is the play. This is the play.
There you
This is the
go.
play to find out. I've also been informed that our episode tonight has been entitled Dancing in the Moonlight. Everybody. All right. I can't go like more than 10 seconds on that or we'll get a copyright claim, I believe.
Yep.
So
Yep.
They might not recognize what song we're singing.
I know their algorithms or whatever that they run it through, the bots probably can't recognize
I'm a little tone deaf over here or something, Monaco. Like
I said we.
okay.
I wasn't making any claims to my singing capabilities either.
My bullshit over here, is that what you're saying?
No, you said
it. All right. Let's jump into some announcements here tonight as well. We just recently finished up with Exodus from Gaze of Our Lives, and soon we will be starting a new journey over with the Gaze of Our Lives show, starting May 22nd, 22. The Gaze of Our Lives crew will have a fresh set of players, a new cast, and a new game. They'll be playing Our Traveling Home. And as Menachem always has the games ready, right off the shelf right there.
Yeah.
so
always.
far, we're going to hit some I don't have. I think we have hit a few I don't have already.
We'll see.
I have a Kickstarter and a crowdfunding habit.
Yeah.
I think the next game we as Friday Night Cast will play, none of us will have the physical copy.
No, we can't.
Exactly.
It's not possible.
I would be very excited if we did buy them, but I believe printing overseas has been slowed down quite a bit. Mm-hmm. But anyway, sorry. May 22nd, Our Traveling Home with the Gaze of Our Lives crew. That will be on a Sunday. They'll continue a theme of moving through the world queer with Our Traveling Home. It's the perfect time to jump in and start watching if you're curious about that show, what they're doing, and discussions that are happening as far as queerness, queer identity, and what that means. Why play queer games and by queer designers as well. So yeah, definitely check it out. If you've missed any of the previous, we're still in the process of putting up some of the Exodus episodes on YouTube, but you can always get caught up on any of our games here on Friday Night Cast, any of the Gaze of Our Lives past shows. There are playlists to help you through any of our runs of games, and also some of our special Thursday content with the more kind of talk shows that we're doing now as well. So check out, if you're not already subscribed to YouTube or on Twitch here, hit that button that makes you subscribe, ring the bell, give a thumbs up, say you like us, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
And we've been talking quite a bit about it. Tags is coming up. It's getting a little closer, June 10th to 12th. Therapeutic and Applied Geek and Gaming Summit. We're all very excited about that. And Cast will be a sponsor, from what I hear, of Tags this year. We're excited. There will be panels, Tags at night, I believe. There'll be a chance to play some games.
Including one created by some of our members.
Inspired by
some of them who are here.
Yeah, me and Kayla created a game that we're going to be playtesting at Tags based on our experiences with kids on brooms.
Very exciting. I'm going to be doing a panel that is inspired by our game of kids on brooms and how we do better as GMs to allow for that transformative space, basically. Menachem, well, I shouldn't say that I'll be doing one, the panels haven't been announced yet, and I hear there's still some discussions on them. So little teaser there. Come back.
Chances are good that many of us you are looking at right now will be doing panels.
Yes.
At Tags.
So
if not all of us, I'm not sure.
Stay not doing a panel.
Okay.
But I am running a belonging outside of belonging game.
So all of us will have some role at Tags.
And I heard there's a chance there could be a puppet party as well. So
there better be.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's Tags.
If it's not been planned, Menachem's showing up with some puppets.
I know there'll be others.
Speaking of Tags, Tags being presented by Geek Therapy. Starting next week, we will be raising some funds for Geek Therapy through our Tiltify. So every stream in May through June will have a fun ticker on our stream and ways to raise fund. Our starting goal will be $500, so we'd love any help towards that. All of it, I understand, goes to Geek Therapy to help support their mission, their podcasts, the content that they create, things like tags that they're doing, all of that. And I've been told that if you donate $100 during a stream, you'll get to decide what happens next in any of our scenes. So that's not even just player agency.
Danger, Will Robinson.
That's not just player agency right there. That is viewer agency as well. GMs be damned. Our next episode of Community Care Playing Your Part will be May 19th. So make sure to mark that on your calendar, just a little under 2 weeks away, followed by Tabletop Transformations on May 26th, Thursday, May 26th, with a special guest. I've just been handed a note here. Oh, sorry, what's that? Oh, you're going to have Avery Alder?
We are.
Wow.
I mean, I do have to say, first of all, every guest we've had has been special.
Yes.
But we have played previously now as a cast. We have played Avery's games. Have we?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
We played Teenage
We
Nightmare.
We played Teenage Nightmare. I knew that. I thought about it 30 seconds ago, and then I forgot as I started thinking. Yeah, we have played. So now we're getting creators on whose games we have already played, which is kind of sweet and kind of fun. We're going to play. I think we're going to play. I'm not sure what we're going to play, actually.
Well, you gotta save some. Like you can't.
And there's so many options.
Leave the teasers. Yeah.
I think we're leaning towards Dream Askew, so we can be a queer community on the brink of the apocalypse.
Okay.
And we're going to see what this game can teach us help us do to learn about our spiritual selves and answer our spiritual questions.
Sounds exciting. You know, I said this about your last guest, but I'm excited for this episode. So, you know,
I am so honored by the guests that have said are saying yes to our show. So
awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. For the audience out there, Teenage Nightmare, like we did a whole series of it. It's all on YouTube. And let me tell you, it is incredible. The character development was amazing. I mean, we got like deep in with the emotions, and I love it. And I've rewatched it because I enjoyed it so much. We did a great job there. Cheers to us.
Yeah, unfortunately, that game is in playtest right now, and who knows, Benacum, perhaps you could ask Avery if we'll ever see that game, a full version of it.
it is Avery's own Belonging Outside Belonging version of Avery's game Monster Hearts and Monster Hearts 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play the GM'd version of it right now by buying the book.
Yeah. All right. Well, I could sit here and talk about announcements.
Yeah,
all day.
we're chatty, aren't we?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I am chatty today. But quick introduction to Wanderhome, the game that we'll be playing tonight. Wanderhome is a pastoral fantasy role-playing game about traveling animal folk, the world they inhabit, and the way the seasons change. It's a very fun game. We've been having a lot of fun playing it so far, and it's been designed by any nominated. Is it any? No, not any. Not Hugo. Nebula nominated Jay Dragon of Possum Creek Games. I got there eventually.
Who may or may not be one of our guests coming up also on Tabletop Transformations.
And who may or may not, I found out the other day, be a special guest appearance someplace else this fall. But that's all I can tell you right now. You'll have to stay tuned to learn more. Exciting stuff. PossumCreekGames.com/pages/Wanderhome, or just check out Possum Creek Games if you're interested in finding out more. Check out your local game stores. Possum Creek Games has actually a page on their website of local game stores that they've partnered with if you want to find and support a local game store near you.
Links already in the chat.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Links in the chat? Oh, hi, Link. Oh, the hyperlink.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hyperlink, Comlink, Silly Link.
Silly Link? I thought it was Horror Link.
Okay, I'm gonna get my head into the game, not into the chatter.
Oh, jeez. All right, speaking of which, I'm gonna be quiet for a brief moment and pass it over to Tennille now for a recap of our last session.
So doing a summary of what happened last time. So since Radcliffe was unable to find Thelma and Louise in Cornucopia, and Thelma and Louise are the otters that knew Ollie's parents, the group ventured forth in the direction of where they were traveling. That is, where they were told Thelma and Louise were traveling. So after a pancake and fruit breakfast, they made their way towards a mountain and entered Pella's Wish. The group marveled at the beauty of the mountain and traveled up into the village, and they learned about the upcoming moon dance that will be happening the next day. And Nope tells the group that this is also his birthday. I think that was mostly of what happened. If there's anything else that you guys remember.
I wasn't there.
That's true. Yeah.
I was sick. Question is, have we dealt with the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of. We went to bed after leaving Cornucopia and then woke up, and it was like that kind of feeling where you're traveling somewhere and it looks dark at night, and so when you wake up, you're like, whoa, it didn't look like that last night. And it felt kind of cold in the morning, and Nopi needed a jacket. So we realized we'd jumped some time.
Almost 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people were confused,
Mm-hmm.
but other people were like, nah.
Nope, he didn't care. Rolling with it.
Yeah.
Got a jacket. He'll be fine. Yeah.
And Esme and Sorrel kept Nopi and Ollie from picking the flowers that grow on the side of the mountain.
That's
that's
good.
true.
Because they're very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, and then I did a dance with the seeds beneath the soil to encourage them to grow. And who was it that saw my dance encourage one single flower to grow up or something? Didn't somebody get to see that while I was doing the dance? Maybe it was Radcliffe.
Maybe.
All right, so we've got a few safety tools with this game that come as part of Wanderhome that we've been utilizing during our play. If for any reason we're uncomfortable or don't like the direction that things are going, we can use some of these tools and say some of these things during our play. So some of these traveling tools include saying, let's do this instead. Do we want to? Where to next? What do you think? Hold on, and just simply no. So we'll keep that in mind as we play. And so I want to do a brief actual meditation here rather than just kind of a reading to reflect on a little bit before we start. As we come into May, as we know, it's going to be, well, it is May. April's going to be May. Brings us May Day, and which is the 1st of May, and the season of Beltane. So I thought we would do a brief Beltane meditation to kind of reflect on this kind of changing point that comes in May. So this will be brief because I want to get into our play. But find a comfortable spot there. My fellow players, anyone listening, close your eyes if you're comfortable. It's not required. Take just a breath, a moment to center yourself. And as you sit here, I want you to imagine a forest wilderness decked out in all of its glory. Beltane displays of new growth, the bright leaf, the green canopy of trees, the musty scents of mating animals, and the melodic commune of nesting birds. Open to your primal desires to be part of this life-creating life dance, and for your deepest essence and beauty to find form and expression in your outer existence. Surrender to your desire. Become the lover that says yes to life's embrace. Abandon yourself to the love and life-making dance that arises between you and this verdant world. Whatever you need, in whatever form, will be given to you. This is a time that can spark new life and possibilities within you. Let yourself be filled with the warm fire, igniting all within you with transformative magic. Let yourself feel whole, new, and endless with this fire. When you're ready, maybe taking one last breath, deep breath. I encourage you to rejoin me here.
Dustin, is there a source or did you write that?
A little bit of both. I borrowed
Beautiful.
a little bit and I changed some things and wrote a little bit of it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Beltane's very much about kind of the energy and the life that comes this time of year, things turning green, but also tuning in with our sexual desires and wants and making life in many different ways, right? And then that fire that builds and grows and warms and transforms as well. So I thought it was appropriate with our the theme of the bonfires as part of this month that we're in here, and feeling inspired by Wanderhome as well, the way it uses its seasons similar to the kind of pagan rituals.
I've come to start thinking of the meditations, the readings, as kind of like marking the circle, denoting, noticing the circle, even maybe drawing the circle. It depends if it's already there or not. And then we have the questions to approach the circle and the names to walk into the magic circle of play, that circle where the rules of daily life are somewhat suspended and we step into our characters and explore through these personae we've created. So the question for tonight, based on this question, based on this meditation, it's Beltane, it's spring. Our parts of the world as players in North America here are coming alive, right? The flowers are starting to bloom, and if you planted garlic, it's probably popped up by now. If you planted it back in the fall, a lot of us are starting seedlings at home. So the world and us, the season is about coming alive. So my foundational question and my spiritual direction work is, what makes you come alive? So players, what makes you come alive? And I guess if you want to answer as your character, go for it. I'll call on Lara.
What makes me come alive? I think the pollen in the air right now is not making me come alive. In some ways, I'm kind of glad I'm already on some antihistamines. But I think what makes me come alive, as far as I think about my work and thinking about when I see change, when I see growth, when I see that like aha moment with a client, that makes me come alive and reinforces like, this is why I do what I do. Other things that make me come alive are a moment of laughter watching a show with my wife, or fun playing games with friends. I think those moments tap into who I am and make me come alive. And Ollie, I think everything makes Ollie come alive. And Tennille, you can go next.
Wow, that is a really interesting question. I feel like there's so many different ways to answer it. I mean, after the meditation, I would say trees. I imagine myself surrounded by pine trees. Coniferous trees are Well, they remind me of home, you know, because I was born in Long Island, New York, and I spent a lot of time climbing trees and reading my book in the trees and just hanging out on a branch. And it brought me right back there. There's something just spiritual for me, the trees. With Esme, I don't think Esme knows. I mean, tea, but in a way, I feel like that's the easy answer. That's not like the under the surface answer. I think tea is just an avenue for her to serve others and to feel like she's useful, like she's needed, like she's worthy. And so, yeah, she's still searching for what makes her come alive.
If I can speculate, in some ways, the way she used tea up until recently kind of kept her from coming alive.
Maybe. Yeah. It's interesting. And I will pass it to Dustin.
Oh, thanks. So, Menachem, what I'm hearing you saying is we need to get Esme to spill the tea, huh?
real tea.
Real tea.
Spill the real tea.
Capital TT.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, for me, I echo what Lara said about working with people and really seeing those kind of moments. But also, I have to say, because this happened once as I was talking with Menachem, and Menachem goes, "I saw you just come alive right there. Tell me more about that." You know, and it has to do with like herbs and plants. There's something about being out in nature. And I was actually last weekend, I'm like looking over at all the dahlia tubers I have started over here in this room, talking about like seedlings and things like that. That's been my obsession this year. I love this time of year to get plants going and thinking about gardening and things, but also herbalism and the plant, like running into plant allies as I'm out for a walk. And last week I was visiting someone, picking up some plant tubers from a flower farmer here near me, and got to see around her farm a little bit. And I found an herb, and I was just so excited. I was like, "Oh, look, like here's cleavers," you know, and talking a little bit about that plant. It's a fun plant to play with also. It's kind of almost like it's got like Velcro. It'll like stick to things. It's kind of fun. So yeah, that's the thing that I think really makes me come alive when I catch myself in those moments. And for Nopi, I have to say kind of a combination, but playfulness, I think, for him. And that comes out in his dancing and creative expression. He kind of has like a way of play, and I think it's a way that the dancing also keeps him connected with that playfulness. And like he doesn't take it too seriously. It's just something that he enjoys and doesn't have to think if he's doing it right or wrong. He just does it, you know? So Menachem, how about you?
Well, usually I talk about role-playing games and accompanying people on their spiritual journeys, but I talk about that a lot. So I was thinking friends and people I appreciate and respect, like seeing new friends in the Twitch stream who are, you know, watching the show, and recently connected with a dear friend I hadn't spoken to in several years, maybe to the occasional social media contacts, but now we're chatting, you know, and just to be able to have those connections of people, new and old, and makes me come alive to feel connected and to feel mutual respect with people. I think that's the only question I want to ask today. I want to move to the name ritual and let us step into these characters. Puppy beauty, finding beauty makes Puppy come alive. So therefore, everything makes Puppy come alive because Puppy sees beauty everywhere. And sharing that beauty with others without destroying the beauty. Doesn't pick flowers, right? The flowers that Puppy wears are living flowers, actually. And it's not about destroying the beauty. It's about appreciating it and letting it continue to be what it is, and then sharing that experience with others. So everything also like Ollie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now we'll do the name ritual, the name game. We'll say our player names. The other players will repeat them. Then we'll say our character names, and they'll welcome those characters by repeating their names into the circle of play, the magic circle.
All right.
So,
hi everyone, I'm Lara.
Hey Lara.
Hey Laura.
Laura.
And I will be Ollie tonight.
Hi, Ollie.
Hi Ollie.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tennille.
Hey Tennille.
Hey Tennille.
Hey Tennille.
I play Esme.
Hello Esme.
Hey Esme.
Good evening.
That was
everybody.
such an Esme response. It was quiet, reserved evening.
Hey
I'm Dustin.
Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
And tonight I'll be playing Nopi.
Nope.
Hi, Nopi.
I am Menachem,
Hey
Neminakam.
Akam.
and I am playing Puppy.
Puppy.
Hello, puppy.
All right, and that brings us into our play this evening as we pick up. I believe where we kind of left off is the night before the moon dance. We have made it up to the small village settlement, a bit below the observatory. And I think we said that we'd seen all these people with these unique and adorned robes. Like everybody had different fabrics, or they had kind of created them in their own way. And we were gonna try and find ways to make our own or create something ourselves, I think, in similar fashion. And we don't have Puppy with us currently, so we'll have to figure out where Puppy is as well.
I think I've figured it out based on our pre-game conversation.
All right.
Okay.
Anyone have any ideas of start or pick up tonight?
Are you making clothes? Is that what you said you were going to do?
Making clothes or adorning things. One thought that I had is I want to have so I'm kind of wearing this navy. We'd said had navy, people had navy robes on. We said no white. Nobody's wearing any white robes.
No white robes.
I'm not making that mistake again. Thanks, Tennille. Should have waited till you started drinking. Mm-hmm. So we went with navy, but kind of stars or different things on them to kind of adorn it, to make it more like the night sky for the moon dance. So Nopi wears this navy jacket, and I think he wants to find a way to embroider it. He'll keep the same jacket that he has since it's kind of similar, rather than trying to create something new, but to transform this jacket into something even more special from this journey. So that's what Nopi's going to be doing. He's going to try and find some thread, whatever colors he can find. He's going to go for silver, I guess, but he don't really care. He'll go with whatever he can find, and start trying to. I don't know how skilled he is with a needle and thread, but he's going to try.
Do or do not.
He's going to do it. You're right. He's not going to try. He's going to do something.
He's going to do something. It may not be what he planned to do, but it's something. I'm trying to think. Well, if Nopi's going off to do that, I think Ollie's going to be like, Esme, what are we going to do for Nopi for his birthday?
No, we have to create something wonderful for his birthday. I
never knew it was his birthday.
Yeah. it makes perfect sense. I mean, he dances all the time. It makes sense he would be born on the moon dance day. I was thinking about like maybe something that he could wear that would jingle and jangle when he dances. I don't know. I just thought that he'd like something like that.
He's got spurs, a jingle, jingle, jangle.
I don't know. I'm thinking like Boba Fett, like the May the 4th is stuck in my head. I'm thinking spurs for some reason also.
What do you think?
I think that's a good idea. But now we gotta go find things that make noise.
Yeah. Well, there are gyms. We could kind of use that as some decoration. Looks like they use that for decoration in this area anyway.
Yeah, there's all these gems just on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I will have to look around for maybe some cloth or maybe some gold chains or something I can link together and maybe connect in with the gems so that they jingle and jangle and maybe even sparkle a little.
Oh, the gems. Can you imagine the fire reflecting off the gems? Oh, he's gonna love it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna love it. And he's gonna make music while he's dancing, so I think he'll like all of that.
Yeah, he can make music without his instruments too. But I know he likes his instruments.
Wait, are we turning Nopi into a one-man band over here?
Yes.
You're all out gathering your supplies, looking for things, but you all happen to be somewhat in the vicinity. You look kind of at the edge of you're in the village, or you're next to the village.
We're in the village, I believe.
Yeah, we're in the village.
At the edge of the village, you just see climbing over the edge of one of the cliff faces is Puppy. Not coming up the stairs.
You took the treacherous path, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of, wow. That was some climb. It was beautiful down there. The rock faces and those flowers.
Puppy, we thought we lost you on the trail.
I was just behind
stairs.
you. I stopped to look at these rocks. I saw you turn around a corner, and I followed after you, and then you weren't there anymore.
I guess that
Time
happens.
feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we seem to have moved forward in time a lot. You notice how much cooler it is now?
It's really comfortable.
Better than the furnace, I'm sure.
Yeah. Wow. Time, either we moved really slow or time moved really fast, or a combination, or it went bloop, wibbly wobbly.
Well, I don't think that Sorrel moves that slow.
No.
So I think it's something weird going on. I mean, we did go to that cave, and then we said we were gone all day, and everyone said we just left. So
yeah. Yeah. And then like the cave wasn't there anymore.
So what's everybody getting ready for? There's lots of activity here.
Nopi's birthday.
Nopi's birthday.
They're actually getting ready for the moon dance.
That too.
Well, that makes sense that it's Nopi's birthday.
And it's also Nopi's birthday. But I think most people here don't know Nopi.
They're going to.
Yes. Yes, they're going to, because we're going to have a party tomorrow.
Wow. There's a village here, like
Yes.
up in this mountain tower thing.
Yeah, there's a beautiful tower there, and there's a telescope in there too.
Wow.
Yeah, at some point we need to make our way up to the top of the tower, look at the stars.
Wow.
But it'll be better to do that tomorrow when the moon will be at its fullest.
Well, the moon would be really great, but you can't see as many stars when the moon's big.
Oh, I hadn't really thought of that.
It drinks up all the light.
Mm.
But it's
Well, we
still
can
really
see the
beautiful.
moon.
Yeah.
We can see the moon really well. Mm.
I wonder if there are
That's
people
kind of-
on the moon.
That's kind of me knowing about how something was made, which is a move I can always do.
Ah. Mhm, mhm. Oh, we are putting together a birthday present for Nopi. Did you want to help us?
Yeah.
Actually, you'd be the perfect person to put something like this together. I wanted to create something that like he could wear that would like jingle and jangle, and Ollie's gonna find some of those gems, and
Ooh,
we're gonna
yeah.
maybe get some shades and interlock them, and
maybe. Oh, too bad we're not at the blacksmith. We get little pieces of metal and iron and put them
oh
on a
yeah,
string. And they would tinkle, tinkle. Maybe there's some here. And he wanders off.
okay.
And then I think Ollie's like, I'm going to go find some gems. And
Okay.
runs off.
I will be here. Okay. Gonna
He's
make
here.
some
Wow. From from deeper in the village once in a while.
I'm gonna take a move of the mountain, and I'm going to isolate someone from everyone else and give them a token. I'm gonna isolate Nopi, actually, to give you guys a chance to plan your party without Nopi knowing. But also, I have this idea of like that Nopi's working on a little surprise for Ollie also at this time, so he kind of wanders away so as to not ruin the surprise.
I think we're going to have a conversation later that your birthday you get presents and surprises.
I'm just having this idea that like so one of my thoughts is that, and we could play this out too, but one of my thoughts for Nopi is that he hasn't really had a lot of people around during his birthday. He's actually been kind of a lone traveler for much of his time. So it's just he does a little, he does the moon dance and the ritual with it, and that's important to him. But he's never had anyone to give him gifts on his birthday before, so he doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
But he's just happy to have people to travel with and spend this much time with also.
I mean, I as a human have had birthday parties where I've given everybody like gifts when they came.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Nopi is gonna find some thread, and a smaller jacket as well, because Ollie said they've never had a jacket before, just these overalls.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna find a spot just kind of like on like a little bit outside of the village, and he just kind of sits down under the stars. Next to him is one of the lone flowers. What was the name of the flowers? What did we name them?
I don't know if we named them, but we have what they look like. They're purple, I think. Is that
Lonely single flowers of no leaves. So just the stem and the bloom.
I thought we kind of, if anybody's watching in chat and was watching last week, remind me what, I feel like we came up with some sort of name. I'm going to have to go back and
I
look
think
at
Scott
it.
had created a name for them, but
Maybe,
I don't
yeah.
remember what it was.
Yeah, I didn't make a note of it. So,
Neither did I.
So on this cliff face, I'm going to take another move that the mountain can always do is describe what can be seen from way up here. And Nopi sits down under the stars, and the night sky, the clear night sky. You can see the stars. There's a bit of a, maybe just kind of for a moment, you see a shooting star, just as Nopi's kind of doing some embroidery on his jacket. And he's, oh, yeah. He's, oh, wow, look at all that. And as he looks down kind of off the cliff down into the valley that we described, like that looks kind of similar to Neil's background there, right? As we kind of described last time as we were going up the mountain. There's just these, it's pretty dark as it's evening now. But you just see these little lights of campfires going in different parts through the mountain, and further down, as is just kind of almost this pattern. And as Nopi looks down, he goes, oh yeah, that's, and he starts embroidering like a little fire, like a little campfire on his jacket also, to kind of memorialize this night and jazz up his wardrobe a little bit. What's everyone else doing?
Esme is going to set up her tent, and start serving tea to people in the village. And she will basically do an exchange of a delicious cup of hot piping tea for perhaps an item that she can use to form this creation that she's gonna put together for Nopi.
There's a yak figure comes up to you.
Hello.
Oh, hey there.
Good evening. Good evening. Could I interest you in some delicious mellow malt tea?
Sounds wonderful. Yes. Well, it's so nice to have you here. We don't get many. Anyway, is that, looks at your badge? What, Teemler, huh?
Yes.
Well, yes. Yes. Very nice. Okay.
Yes, I've been working in the arts for quite some time.
I've been working in the mountains.
So have you been Pella's Wish for some time now?
We take some rotations. I've been up here for because a few months at a time, you know, it's like a construct and we don't really keep it. But the moon dance, that's important.
Well, tomorrow is my friend's birthday.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. And I want to create some kind of item that he can wear that will jingle and jangle as he dances.
Oh, like a tambourine or a cymbal? Perhaps have you considered like a wind chime? We have those wind chime. We have one. Carl has one. And it's, we get such lovely fresh air up here, and just in the morning is. I love waking up to it. Yes.
Actually, that would be kind of nice if I could maybe get it on a much smaller scale so that it wouldn't be incredibly heavy. maybe like little pipes with little holes in them so that music can kind of flow through it. Actually, that sounds kind of beautiful.
Okay. Yes.
You think you might have something like that?
Let me see what I can find for you. Will you be? Should I? I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
I'm Esme, at your service.
Esme. I'm Jack. Yes. Jack the Yak.
Jack the Yak.
Jackie the Yak. Anyway, sorry.
You can come back.
Yes. Yeah. I shall return. Perhaps
Yes.
another cup of tea when I return would be lovely.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And Carl could have a cup as well.
Great. I'll let him know.
Right.
Well, and enjoy your stay. Do you have someplace to stay tonight? I imagine you're in town for the moon dance.
Well, I believe my friend has a tent, but some of us like to sleep out by the tree, or I have my own little tea tent. So sometimes I sleep in here.
Not many trees up here at this altitude, I'll say. Mostly low-growing shrubbery is what we get. But perhaps you probably don't want to sleep in a shrub. I did once. Oh, that's a different story, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, my friend Puppy finds beauty in everything, so he might be fine with sleeping by a shrub.
Is it a shrub or a shrubbery?
We do. It's a little chilly this time of year. It doesn't bother me much, but some people who travel find it a little chilly up here. But there are some lovely hammocks strung up on the other side of town for all the travelers if they're courageous enough to embrace the evening air. Help yourself.
Okay.
The weather seems very fine tonight. And he kind of looks up at the stars. Beautiful, really. Love it up here.
Yes. Well, I look forward to seeing you and your friend Carl.
Yeah, yes, great. And he kind of heads off. Seems in no real hurry. Kind of zigzag, like walks one way and then goes the other way. Just like...
I think Puppy has... I'm going to spend a token to provide a solution for an aspect of a material or immediate problem, which is finding the jingle, jingle, jangle parts of the gift. And I'll come across like someone working with some metal and real thin sheets of metal and breaking pieces off and go, oh, I can use those. Yeah. The person's happy to let me sweep up all their little pieces of metal, I assume. So, and when we all kind of regather together, see if you look at Puppy's picture and my name there, he's kind of blue.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about it. He's blue coloring. So instead of getting a blue robe, he comes back and he has like moons and stars and painted onto his fur, like temporary, like that's those dyes that wash out after a couple of washes, kind of thing. Just found someone some paint and he painted on what would be on the robes.
I like this idea that you're walking through town and someone just like encouraged you to let them paint on you or something.
That's all it would take.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were doing a painting of the night sky and you were like, oh, that's beautiful.
Those are like the robes.
I don't
wear robes. And they go, oh, we can make you a robe. No. Sorry, I'm playing out the scene myself.
I like how we're both playing it out in our heads without actually playing it out for the viewers. We're both like, oh yeah, that's great. Cool. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I imagine it was a snowy owl who painted your body.
Snowy owl. To a starry night. Sorry. Not sorry. Yes, I'm very pleased with myself for finding the medal and for getting painted. Look, Ollie.
Wow. I think Ollie is a little disappointed because it's nighttime and she can't see as many of the gems as she wanted, and she only comes back with like 2 or 3, and she's like, "This is what I got. It's not much.
It's okay.
But it's dark out."
It's okay. We can still use them.
Okay.
Wait, hold them by the fire. Hold them by this torchlight.
And Ollie's gonna hold one up, and the light goes through it and just like sparkles around everywhere.
See?
Disco ball, but tiny.
You did it, Ollie.
I know. I just wanted Nopi's present to be some kind of extra.
It's gonna be. But we won't give it to him until tomorrow when the birthday is, and we'll give it to him when there's still sunlight.
Okay.
So you can see the sparkles.
Okay. And maybe I have time to find more gems. Maybe.
Get up early. I can wake you up. No, you always get up early anyway.
Sometimes. Last time I didn't get up early.
Last time I had to wake her up with pancakes.
Yes. And
it's a good way to get up.
They were good pancakes. And Radcliffe was very impatient. Kayla made it clear that Radcliffe has not disappeared. So
yes.
I think Radcliffe has gone off to find whatever lodging Radcliffe can find or get the lay of the land.
And maybe follow a lead on Thelma and Louise.
Mm-hmm.
See if they can find the trail.
Yeah.
Before they drive off the cliff.
I made that joke last week.
This would be the place to do it, I guess.
Sorry if that's a spoiler for anybody, but you've had 25 years. So.
I wasn't sure, like, how big we should make this. Like, should it be like something for like his waist, or like a necklace, or like a sash?
Yes.
Or I guess we could do bracelets. I hadn't really thought about bracelets.
And anklets.
Oh.
Bracelets and anklets.
Bandolier of bangles.
Yeah.
Bandolier of bangles.
I really like that, actually. Yeah, let's do it. It'll be good.
Listen how these metal pieces sound. Shakes.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Nopi's gonna love it, I hope.
Yeah, I think so. I met Jack the Yak.
His name rhymes.
You don't know Jack.
And he knows someone named Carl who's gonna connect me with like these wind chime things that he has. And I was wondering if he had them maybe smaller so that we could connect them. And I don't know if we maybe if we found like branches or thread or something to connect it all together. we could put it, yeah, then we can start creating multiple bracelets.
Well, I don't do the small stuff so well. Hold up this big pause, you know.
That's all right.
I can poke holes though.
I feel like Ollie's hand probably like matches up with like one digit, one finger on Puppy's
a little
hand.
part of my pad.
Yeah. That's okay, Puppy. We all have different sizes and strengths.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yes, we do.
So do we want to keep playing this all out, or do we want to jump ahead to the next day?
Jump ahead to the next day.
Okay. Yeah, I was feeling
Yeah.
that. I just wanted to see what everyone else was thinking. Because I'd like to get to the moon dance tonight also, I think.
Because
Yeah,
it's a marvelous night for a moon dance.
Mhm.
Gotta dance in that moonlight.
Gotta dance in that moon night.
Mm.
Moonlight?
Moonlight. Mm-hmm.
Moon night.
That moon night.
I've been watching Moon Knight now. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, not to get sidetracked.
So let's. I feel like Nopi just gets lost in what he's doing and doesn't realize, like, maybe he just kind of falls asleep where he's it's a thing, like, I'm thinking of like watching a video on your phone or something, and then you just start falling asleep and not realizing it. He just kind of like falls asleep with like, and then eventually he just puts his jacket over him to keep himself warm in the middle of the night.
Hopefully he's not sleeping too close to that cliff.
On the precipice. Yeah.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, the traits that I put for Nopi are upbeat. Oh, I thought it was carefree or something. No, upbeat, hopeful, and generous. I wish I was focused and charismatic. He's not very focused on this. He just kind of fell asleep doing it. That got late. More tired, I'm imagining it's like more like going up all those stairs, like really tired us out, probably more so than maybe we realize. Except for the one of us that climbed up the cliff.
Yeah, I think Puppy's probably tired, more tired than the rest of us.
I think I find a fire and I'm talking to people and I just fall asleep there.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of like summer camp or something, right? It's like falling asleep next to the fire or talking to people or having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Esme gathers up the ingredients and puts together the items, decorates them with the gems and the pieces of metal, and then finds a nice sparkly blue cloth that someone traded to her for tea, and wraps it up with a nice yellow bow. I'm thinking that she probably stayed up late doing this and then went to sleep in her tea tent. I assume that Radcliffe probably brought up the tent, or you guys had lodgings or something, but.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the magic tent, right?
Yeah.
Or the not magical tent.
Yeah, you still have the magic tent.
The tent that Esme thinks is magic because Ollie said it was magic.
Yeah.
Technically, it's mechanical, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm imagining maybe we I'm thinking for Nopi, because Nopi usually rises at dawn, but maybe he sleeps in a bit. And when I do wake up, just kind of looking around. Oh no, where's everybody? Shoot, I better find them. So he gathers his jacket and his things that he had there with him and goes in search of his traveling friends.
I think, yeah, Ollie is up today. And kind of is unsupervised this morning, I think. It's just wandering around.
Well, Radcliffe, you would have Radcliffe.
We do have Radcliffe, but I think, yeah, Radcliffe has probably told Ollie, okay, stay out of trouble. I'm gonna see if anyone's seen these otters. Okay? just stay out of trouble. And I think at night it was one thing to see. Again, one of those things where you arrive somewhere and it looks one way. And we got there kind of toward nighttime. But in the daytime, Ollie's never, other than like the hot air balloon, has never been so high up, and it just looks amazing to look out over the valley.
I think yeah. Early in the morning, as the sun rises and starts warming, there's a fog and you can't see the valley.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, like we're so high up, we're above
the clouds.
Fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looks like an ocean.
Feels like you're floating in the sky on this little rock.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking of a time where I went to, I think it was Hearst Castle here in California, and like it was really overcast and cloudy down below, and we took the bus up to the castle, and it was above the fog and the clouds, and it was just like two different worlds. Just like, but Ollie's never been like above the clouds and is feeling, whoa, we are so high up.
You hear behind you, wow, looks like you could walk. I want to walk on those clouds.
Do you think we could, puppy?
I don't think so.
Aww.
Can I tell you why I love this?
Why do you love it?
Because it looks like a whole different landscape that's magical and foreign, and there must be like cities made of clouds somewhere.
Whoa, cities made of clouds. I was gonna say, if we can't walk on the clouds, how could there be a city made of clouds? But what if the gods live there?
The small forgotten gods?
Yeah.
There probably are some that live in the clouds.
Oh.
Hello, small forgotten gods. We remember you.
You're not forgotten.
You. You get a token for asking me for saying yes to. Can I tell you why I love this?
I don't need any more tokens. I need to spend some tokens.
Yes, spend them.
I find it way easier to gain the tokens than to spend them, but
I'm going to take out a little sack that I put the metal pieces in last night, and I'm going to breathe my breath into it, tie it, put a couple of rocks in it, tie it shut, and go, here you go, gods, and throw it out into the clouds to add to your clouds. I have left an offering for a smaller forgotten god.
So what is it that you throw exactly? I missed
some of my breath.
Your breath?
My vapor.
into into a little sack or something?
I breathe it into a sack.
Okay. So as you throw it, you see it go off like the edge, and for what you swear, like for a moment, you swear it goes like this. Like it stops and it almost goes up a little bit.
Like it bounced?
Like it was lifted up.
Oh. Oh, they got it. Yay.
Hey guys.
Nopey, where have you been?
Oh, I was I got you something, Ollie.
You got me something?
Yeah.
But today's your birthday. Happy birthday!
Thanks.
Happy birthday! And runs up and gives you a giant hug and lifts you up and spins you around.
Oh, that's not.
Happy birthday.
This is. I wasn't expecting all this, so thank you.
So
Thank
glad you were born.
I guess I am. I never thought about it before. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Put Nopey down next to Ollie.
And then Ollie's
no,
gonna
I was-
give Nopey a hug.
What's that?
Ollie's gonna give Nopey a hug. It's your birthday, and you're my friend, and friends get hugs on their birthday.
Oh, gee, thanks. That's right. You want to be my friend, Ollie?
I thought I was your friend,
I
Nopey.
think it's too late for that question.
You get a token for saying yes.
At some point, I'm just gonna stop keeping track.
Start spending them.
I know.
Puppy, you'll be my friend too, right?
I'm already your friend.
Oh, that's just nice to hear sometimes. And you get a token for saying yes.
You get a token. You get a token.
Everybody look under your chairs. He kind of embraces. I imagine you come up maybe like here or so.
Yeah.
So he's kind of doing like one of those like kind of downward hugs a little bit on one side. Oh, no, what do you think, Ollie? And I kind of like point to my jacket that I've now embroidered. There's like little campfires that he saw, like little bonfires down below. There's like, streaks, like he saw a shooting star. So he kind of like, there's like did that going across his jacket. There's like what you think is the flower, the lonely flower. It's kind of a purple blob, it turned out, I guess. That one didn't really come out as good. But there's a few of those around as well.
I think Ollie's gonna take a step back and be like, "It looks great. It looks like the night sky. It looks like everything we saw here last night."
Hey, close your eyes for a second.
Okay. And Ollie closes her eyes.
He pulls out a smaller jacket that he
Puppy
also
gasps.
worked
What is it, puppy?
Oh, wow.
You can open your eyes, Ollie.
Okay. And Ollie opens her eyes and sees the jacket. Wow.
You said you never had a jacket before.
I haven't. I just wear these overalls.
Ali has a jacket. Ali has a jacket made by Nopey. They are good friends. Ali has a jacket.
Hey, try it on.
And Ollie like grabs it and puts it on. It fits perfect. It's probably a little big, just a little big, but it's perfect. I can stay warm now up here. It was cold last night. I had to have an extra blanket.
Yeah. I want to make sure you had something to keep you warm.
That's very nice, Nopey.
Yeah, you're my friend.
It's yeah, you really are. Thank you, Nopi.
Hey, any. Actually, I'm gonna kind of look over at Radcliffe. Any word on Ollie's parents, Radcliffe?
Radcliffe's gonna say, I I don't know. It's like Thelma and Louise disappeared. So, uh, someone said some otters might have gone that away down the other side of the mountain, but I don't. We should probably stay for the moon dance tonight.
Oh, I'm glad you. Yeah, I was really looking forward to it. I mean, if we needed to, we could have gone, but I'm glad to hear you say that.
What's up with the birthday present? That's player, not character.
So Esme has set up something amazing, and before you guys went to sleep, she basically said she was going to have everything like all set at her tent, and for you to bring Nopi there, and that would be a great idea if his eyes were closed, so that he could just kind of open his eyes and like see everything all together. But it doesn't have to be that way.
I think okay. So then, Ollie's gonna be
Kind
like,
of make a surprise of it
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah.
Nope, you gave me a surprise. Now it's your turn for a surprise. It's birthdays get surprises. So you gotta close your eyes.
This is. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, this is so. So one thing that I can always do is dance idly. So I just. Oh, okay. I'll close my eyes, but I don't know if I can stop dancing. This is I'm excited, and just kind of like doing a little shuffle, like, oh, where are we? Oh, um,
And Ollie's gonna take your hand and is kind of dancing with you while you're got your eyes closed, and lead over to where Esme has set up the surprise.
And she will just like nod at Ollie to like tell him he can open up his eyes. When he does so, Esme has decorated her tent with like streamers and some jewels, in a beautiful fashion. And she's got a table that's like totally decked out. In the center is a cake. And it's basically a pineapple upside down cake with like cherries on it. It's just like soaked and looks moist and delicious. And there are like cupcakes, and there's bowls of fruit, and of course a tea kettle and teacups, and everything looks very neat and organized and beautiful. And there's lots of handkerchiefs and napkins. And Esme just like kind of presents, and then she presents the gift in her hand, and she says, "Happy birthday, Nopi."
oh, what is this all for me?
Yes.
Oh, he's like dancing, and he just kind of stops for a moment. He just kind of looks around. I'm like, this is so nice. I haven't had anything. I've been kind of traveling alone for such a while. This is really. Thank you, everybody. This is nice. I don't remember the last time anyone's done anything like this for me.
Yay.
Open the gift. We all worked on it. All of us together. The whole group.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's a blue sparkly paper with like yellow ribbon on it.
This is such a nice gift. Thank you. He hasn't opened it yet. He's just looking like he thinks this is the gift, like the sparkly paper and the ribbon. What do I do with it?
Nope, I guess you really haven't had birthday presents before. You open it and there's a present inside.
Oh wow! Oh, it gets better.
Yeah.
Yes.
You kind of like rip it apart.
So inside are bracelets and anklets that have like some of them have like wind chimes on them. Some of them have like interlocking chains with gems, and they all kind of like jingle and jangle. And you heard a little bit of the jingle and jangle as you moved your present.
Was this like, oh, these all make great. Oh, do I? What do I? So
So you put some on your wrists and on your ankles, and when you dance, it makes music.
oh wow. Oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that, and He's gonna put them on. I like to think that they all make a little bit of a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because some are just metal, some are just gems, some are metal and gems.
Yeah. So he'll put them on, and I will do one of the dances that I can gladly do. Um, and I'll ask if anybody wants to dance with me.
Yes.
Hey, I don't think we've danced together, puppy. Have we done a dance together
You've
yet?
got to be kidding me.
Oh, this is
Well,
this is
that
this is kind of cool. This one, I've never done it this high before. Are you ready? And I'm going to dance the dance with the small and forgotten. Oh no, not that one. Dance your dance with the heavens high above to get perspective on the world below. This was the one that I did with Esme when we kind of had that like out of body experience in the hot air balloon, and I thought it was um, interesting then. Uh, but I'll do it here with you. And I imagine a similar thing. Like we kind of like for a moment are like outside our bodies, um, looking down, and we kind of see. Um, it seems like most of the town, maybe part of the reason why people slept in is most of the town slept in also. Maybe it was just a cool night. People were bundled up, but also a lot of work and preparation,
And maybe
getting
preparing
ready.
for one of the things with the moon dances, everyone stays up all night. So maybe
maybe a long
they
night.
wanted
Yeah.
to get sleep
Mm,
before the long night to stay up all
yeah, I
night.
like that.
Whoa, is that me?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh, so
you?
yeah, I should have warned you.
Wow.
This happens sometimes when I
Wow,
do this.
wow, 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 wow. Um, is this a moment of beauty? No, this is a marvel. It's something no one has ever seen before. I've never seen it before myself from this view.
Yes.
Wow.
Is it
I'm
okay
big.
is it okay if I take the place move a little bit, describe the stunning splendor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as you guys are like, what, you're like floating up in the clouds or floating up and seeing like more of the mountain?
Well, we're kind of astral projecting ourselves and looking down at ourselves dancing. Is that how I understand it?
Yeah, but I don't think you. I think we kind of played it last time that nobody else sees it. It's just something that
It's
Right.
only you two see.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But you can also see like more of the mountainside, and you can see like the dips and the crevices of the mountain, the rock faces, the striation and the color of all of it. And it's beautiful. Some parts kind of sparkle up at you almost as if they're winking at you. And I'm going to do the other place move and ask, what here makes you feel small?
Well, my marveling is, look how big I am compared to people. And wow, look at this mountain and this tower, the city in the top of a tower. And whoa, I'm small. As you see Puppy looking at the mountains, stopping the dance for a second and looking at the mountain. The mountain makes me feel small.
And you get a token.
Woo-hoo.
I don't think many things make Puppy feel small.
No, but mountains are big.
Mhm.
Well, and I think for Nopi, it's just kind of the vastness of it, like looking out and seeing the fog and the kind of just emptiness beyond it as the fog under the mountains kind of,
Like I say, as we dance,
like,
the mountain
isolates everything almost up here. And knowing that there's so much more, but feeling like this is all that matters right now is just kind of a small feeling in some ways, I guess.
And as we dance, the fog starts to burn off as the sun starts to crest or come out from behind clouds, whatever it does. Because I guess it's later in the morning than today.
Well, maybe now it's coming up over the mountains where it can start to light down below.
And the fog starts to burn off and we can see the whole surrounding area eventually. We're up high. I mean, you and me were up higher, but even this mountain, wow.
I was sitting on the cliff over there working on the jackets last night, and yeah, I had the same thought that just it was much higher than I realized.
We hear a crackling from the observatory, like electrical crackling. And just a little tiny hint of lightning.
Whoa, what's that? Did you guys hear that?
Well, I don't know. I think Ollie's kind of distracted because while you've been dancing, she's been just like clapping, and I think Radcliffe was probably in the corner playing the fiddle while you were dancing too. And I don't know if Ollie's ever experienced lightning. So
The few people who are around kind of go, ooh, they're getting ready.
Nope, you'll turn to one. What? They're getting ready for what?
yeah, who's getting ready?
The lightning dancers.
They can dance with lightning?
Yeah. And the moon dance is one of their favorite nights.
Well, I've never danced with lightning before, and
oh, you're in for a treat.
I was born on the moon dance, so like I thought that was cool, but like lightning dancing?
You were a moon dance baby.
You know me, MDB.
Oh. You're kind of like an honored guest.
No
Nopey,
fuss. Like,
Nopey, they're gonna throw you a birthday party, even bigger than our birthday party.
well, the moon dance is my birthday party, the way I see it.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, happy birthday, moon dance baby.
Thank you. Like, dude, they can dance with light. Do you think? Oh my god. You think they can teach me? That'd be so cool.
The person you're talking to, the person or talking to us?
To the person.
Well, since it's your birthday, I bet they will.
Oh. Can you? I don't want to about. Could you introduce me?
I could, but I don't even know them. But yeah,
Do you know anybody who does? I'm sorry. I just got very excited.
that's good. It's an alpaca.
Nopi just randomly jumps up on top of something, all excited like, and then onto something else, and then back down.
I mean, if you want, I'll walk over to the observatory with you.
Oh, sure. Sure. I don't want to leave my friend. I kind of wandered off last night.
Well, you could also just wait till, later when the festival gets going.
Oh, yeah, that's probably yeah.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wait. Here.
Oh, what is it?
It's a roll. It's a baked good. It's with a crescent moon shape
Ah,
in the top.
nice.
Like a little sourdough roll.
Oh,
Medium.
Thank you. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Oh, will
A
you
moon
be
roll
my
for a
friend?
moon dance baby. What?
Will you be my friend?
Yeah, we're all friends up here.
Great. You get a token.
I met a.
Puppy,
They're
what do you
walking.
think? Should we go up there now, or Esme? We didn't even eat the cake yet. Oh my God, no, I'm sorry. I get excited sometimes.
We should have the cake.
Oh, you
You
want
should
some of the
have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. And then Nopi just reaches for the cake and rips a piece off.
Esme has like a perfectly triangly sliced piece of cake, and she's about to offer it to you. And
As you do
Imagine
that.
just
like
you do
you're like
that.
handing it over, and Nopi just goes past the plate that's being handed towards.
I think Esme at the speed we don't even notice goes plap, knocks your hand aside.
That's also quite possible. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Esme?
I don't think Esme would knock his hand away.
You start to do it because you would have before.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think not on his birthday.
Yeah.
I gotta break them. I like to think that you've cut the pieces of the cake, right? And you've served this one, and you're handing it to me like
Yes.
birthday.
They're
boy
all
gets the
like,
first
and they're
slice.
evenly like cut into perfect little triangles.
And I just then reach up and grab one, and then I'm like,
I have a plate for you.
Yeah.
And there's forks you could use.
Now I'm just picturing him with taking the one with the plate in one hand, and then the one in his other hand is just like.
or it's just like thanks Esme. The other thought I'm having is I just go like this and I try and hand it over to Ollie,
and then Ollie's gonna just like reach out.
And then I'll take the one on the plate, and then I'll pick the one up off the plate, and then I'll eat that.
There's a fork. Okay.
Went in a school of fish, and Puppy picks up one and eats it with his hands.
Was it tasty?
Esme, have you ever eaten cake with your bare hands before?
No, I use a fork.
Can I make a birthday request?
Does it have to do with me using a fork?
Nope. I wouldn't be Nopi if I said yes.
Hey, Nopi, there's a birthday tradition that my dad used to do with me. Can I show you?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
She takes a piece of the cake and smashes it in your face.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's what I used to get every year, and then I just eat it off my face. And Esme is not gonna like that.
Well, I have lots of handkerchiefs and napkins.
You know, Esme,
I'm imagining this like cartoonish, like Nopey, just like his tongue is like off his own face, like the obscenely large cartoonish tongue.
You know, Esme, he made a birthday wish.
I don't think I actually heard it. What exactly was that? I think I missed that.
Try it with your bare hands, just once.
You do have plenty of handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
Bad's gonna happen. It's fun.
Oh, okay.
Do you not like fun, Esme?
Okay, give me a moment.
And
she takes the fork and she cuts a small little bite-sized piece of the triangle, and then she takes it delicately between her fingers. Oh, it is quite moist and flavorful. Is that to your satisfaction?
I'm gonna spend a token to ease someone's pain, if only for a moment. I feel like Esme's in so much pain here doing this. Oh, is it Esme? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yes.
Like, is everything okay? I know it's like...
I'm fine. I ate a bit of piece, and I've got a little bit of crumbles, but it's fine. I'm just gonna use the handkerchief and dab at my mouth.
Oh, you gotta lick it off your fingers afterwards. That's half the fun.
You've got some like smashed on your forehead there.
But yeah, I'm saving that for later.
That's the best part. Snacks for later.
I could smash some on your forehead too if you like.
I think I have quite enough on my plate here. Thank you, though.
Yeah, that's not really your cup of tea, if you will, but it's fun sometimes, Esme.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you saw, I did eat with my bare hands.
How was it like the craziest thing you've done in like a long time?
No, I would say no.
I mean, Nopey, she did magic.
Yes, I have done magic.
I mean, that grasshopper even came.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And she picks up a cup of tea and she kind of stirs it.
Why are you so sad about doing magic, Esme?
Takes a sip.
You don't seem happy.
Well, it's just I don't know. Magic seems like something for the powerful, and I'm not powerful.
But lots of little things are magic. Lots of little things are magic.
Like what?
Like the small and forgotten gods.
Yeah. Oh, yes, right, yeah. Like Dulcet.
Oh, yes. I remember Dulcet, yes. And yeah, the small and forgotten god that likes to be around my tea, the tea leaves as well.
And the dust devils from cornucopia.
I'm gonna
Yes,
spend
I
a
suppose
token.
that's right.
Oh, which one will I do? Oh, there's a couple good ones that moves I could use on Esme right now. What I was thinking, find what someone needs to give them the chance to change fundamentally. And I was going to ask Tennille, what does Esme need to get more comfortable with magic and eating cake with her fingers?
Not to be confused with Cake by the Ocean.
I think she needs to be able to see herself in a powerful and positive way. I'm not sure exactly what that would look like.
Has Esme done the moon dance before?
She hasn't done the moon dance before, but she has been here before.
Okay.
Actually.
I wonder if we're on the same track here, Dustin, a little bit. I was thinking, it was Jack the Yak, who was kind of a little bubbly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did Jack come back? Because the gift was made, so we assume that Jack came back.
Yeah. I don't think I mentioned it, but I was kind of just assuming that.
Yeah,
like whatever you needed, he would bring back.
Oh no, a snowy owl. It's gonna be a snowy owl. All of a sudden, a snowy owl like does a sweeping dive and lands near us and goes, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Gods! You!" Going up to Esme.
Who?
You!
Who?
You!
Ollie
I've heard
just
it
kind of
before.
starts laughing. Like
You think you have a sense of humor. That's good enough. Okay. You. We need you. I need you for the moon dance.
wow, they picked you for the moon dance, Esme.
Maybe you met Nopi. It's his birthday. He's the birthday boy.
Oh, don't worry. Taken care of. He'll be taken care of in a very special way. But you need to come. You need to dance with the other flying white birds.
How do you even know me? I don't understand.
There's no other swans here, and I see you and the poise and the grace you have. We need you.
Oh,
it is decided.
Do it, Esme, do it. It'll be fun.
Well, I wanted to make sure that I was here to clean up and to ensure.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Pshaw. And he goes, fly with me. And he grabs your hand and starts to take off. Starts to go to take off.
I am going somewhere, apparently.
Bye, Esme.
You drop your cake.
Just starts flying away.
Well, right now he just wants to teach you some moves. He wants to see your moves.
Okay, Ollie, we gotta clean up. Have you ever cleaned up Esme's tent before? I haven't.
No.
Okay, don't break anything. She'll get really mad.
I think we should clean up the cake.
I like the way you think, Golly.
It's gonna be a mess.
It's gonna be a mess. Actually, I think what's gonna happen is the like serving platter or plate that the cake is on and the food is gonna be nice and clean, but there's gonna be food all over the tent.
I'm picturing Ollie and Nopi having a cake, like a pie eating contest, but with
Yes.
the cake.
Yes.
And somewhere Radcliffe is just rolling their eyes, just like, oh my God, you're gonna be kidding me. And Radcliffe is doing the actual cleaning up.
Yeah. So it's not going to be a complete mess, but at some point I think Radcliffe is like, I'm done.
No,
this is
you
too
guys,
much.
you guys do this now.
Yeah.
Go. Do it. Move that. Clean that. Take that. Put that over there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like Radcliffe lets us have our fun, and then at a certain point is like, no, really though, we have to clean this up. You two irresponsible.
And then we have to go find somewhere to clean you two up before tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Esme is taken up in the air and shows a bunch of some choreography. The bird folk are going to be flying silhouetted against the moon later, and certain poses, that accentuate the moon.
Esme embraces it, and she follows along and moves into the poses.
There's a snowy owl, an egret, a crane.
Oh.
What other big winged birds could be white? Egrets and cranes.
They're all storks. They're all the same kind of
storks.
Ooh,
they're all
storks.
family. Yeah,
there are white pelicans too.
Yeah.
Pelican.
There's a dove.
Ooh, doves.
Some pigeons are white. Cockatiels.
Oh yeah.
So there's like this whole gathering of white feathered birds.
Mm-hmm.
And there's and other colors to kind of mix in to make a beautiful mosaic of flight that you guys are going to do. But there's only one swan.
Oh, geese.
Geese.
Mm.
There are white geese. But it doesn't really matter because we want the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Wow. Esme's never been around so many different types of white birds, and there's something about this experience that is having her feel beautiful.
They're so excited to see you.
In a way she's never experienced before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing that like this choreography is, and Menachem, if you were thinking something different, feel free to change or
no, go ahead.
or anybody else. But I'm just kind of picturing in my head now, like all these white birds, right, and flying around to kind of mimic, as the moon dance happens, like the stars and the dancing of the stars. And then at one point they all come together to form the moon, the crescent shape of the moon that hangs in the sky, and then kind of dissipates and falls down to everybody on the ground, kind of completing the moon dance.
They actually do, at some point, there's many parts of the moon dance, right? Because the lightning dancers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But they do a whole waxing and waning of the moon.
Ooh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the cycles of the moon.
That makes
and then
sense.
As it gets back to the new moon, all of the birds kind of fly away from this moon shape and just kind of like gently come down and settle with all the dancers on the ground. So maybe we could jump to the moon dance then.
Because it's a marvelous night for a moon dance. I have to say it again. It's required.
I imagine there's like a montage of, we get the tent cleaned up. Mm-hmm. Sure. It's fine.
Yes. Esme comes back to a sparkling tent.
It's sparkling. I
Oh,
definitely
you really did clean it.
Ratcliffe kind of goes.
Thank you, Radcliffe. I really appreciate your work.
Hey, we did some
You know?
work.
Radcliffe organized them really well. They really cleaned.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, the cough was, I realized the cough had been misinterpreted. So forget, Radcliffe doesn't cough.
Yeah, so as the day goes, the kind of preparations are going, including, the choreography and everything. And then as it gets to be dusk, everyone starts making their way up to the observatory, kind of the final trek up this mountain to the tower, to where fires have been lit all within inside the observatory in such a way that it reflects off the telescope, and just creates the glass in the telescope, and then reflects back down into this chamber that's open on the top, and just creates this kind of luminescence.
There were occasional crackles of lightning during the day, but not too much. They don't want to give a pre-show.
So how does it start then? How does the moon dance start? What do people think? I'm thinking of like the first firework in a fireworks show, right? Or the kind of anticipation in the air a little bit of the beginning of the dance.
I imagine, well, I mean, unless somebody has a different idea, but I imagine that like everybody goes to that space of where they know everyone's going to dance, and there's no light at all. It's like totally dark.
Okay.
And then someone lights the torch, and the fireballs like move around like in a circle, like,
or how about
like to the sound of drums.
The first crackle of energy is heard as the moon dancers, or as the lightning dancers start, and it's the spark that lights the first one.
Oh, I like that.
And everyone's like, oh, it's starting. And then, like you said, the spark goes from the next one to the next one to the next one. This is like kind of murmurs, but then that first crackle of thunder from the lightning dancers, and everyone hushes up. And I'm thinking that the lightning dancers maybe start the show then.
Yes.
With their dance. Anyone have ideas of what that looks like?
I don't have too many ideas, but I think lightning has this, like, if you look at it in slow motion, like a disjointed, like, I feel like they move kind of disjointed, like in how the lightning would in that moment. And maybe they do, maybe there's a lot of spinning too to create energy.
And thinking as they go, they start crackling and lightning surrounds them, and they kind of then they get bigger, and they're like these lightning stick figure-ish shapes that are dancing.
I'm picturing they have these long flowing coats, but at the bottom they flare out. So when they do those spin moves, the bottom of the coat just goes, and you can see the energy and maybe the lightning start to gather around the tips of the cloak as they're storing it up.
Yeah. And okay. And as they're doing that, they dance into the audience, and they've targeted about 6 people. Each one of there's 6 dancers, and there's 12 dancers, and 2 of them each go to 6 people. And we see them, they're carrying robes, and they take the robe, they give a robe to those 5 people before you notice, Nopi, that they've approached you, and they've draped a robe, one of these lightning robes around you, and take your arm and swirl you off, twirl you around, and lead you to the dance floor.
Yeah, yeah. Nopi will join.
And go ahead and describe what happens.
So I think he's got the gifts on.
Yeah.
So I feel like he stands out a little bit. It's a little different sound. But I imagine that the ones that are metal anyway, the energy maybe lingers there a little bit more.
Yeah.
Becomes like, as he's doing it, becomes a little anxious at first, like like not knowing what he's doing.
You notice the other five are also a little. Some of them are not as comfortable. Also, a couple of them are like really right into it. They knew it was going to happen. People are murmuring, "The moon dance babies."
But he will push through that discomfort. And I think maybe any of those of you watching him, maybe you've never seen that like anxiety or uncertainty. Like Nopi's always just kind of leapt into things, no questions asked. But for once you see this look on his face like, oh no, I'm going to screw this up. But as the kind of music and the energy gathers around the bracelets and the bangles, I think Nopi starts to transform it into the joy of his friendships who made these things for him. And he kind of, you see this anxious, kind of worried look suddenly transform into a smile and laughter as he quickly mimics what the other dancers are doing.
It comes really, feels almost naturally once you start to smile. Like it's like, oh, this is just natural.
And I think, once he lets go of that, he starts to learn the control of the lightning also, right? You have to kind of move with it, not fight against it.
There's sort of like an electric current between you and all the other dancers that you start to sense and see.
A kind of connectedness almost, right?
Yeah.
Like, and Ollie, Laura, as you were saying, there's this disconnected nature to it. It's almost like each person's kind of doing their own thing, and it's like zigzagging, and it doesn't quite make sense. But I feel like for Nopi, it all, like, once you get into it and you're there and you're feeling that connection, like you can sense what the next person, like I imagine everybody's in a circle around the telescope in the middle, and this,
because the moon is round.
Everybody else is outside of that, observing and watching. And we see then, as this is continuing to happen, the birds take flight above, and everyone's like, "Ooh, look."
Any commentary on the bird dance, Esme?
I think we've pretty much described, like what it looks like, and
okay.
I think that they've decided for whatever reason that Esme needs to be kind of the center at one point, which is not something that she's used to being. And in this moment, she just allows herself to just follow her intuition, follow the sound of the music and the rhythm that she can feel in her soul, and move with grace and rhythm.
I pick up Ollie, put Ollie on my shoulder.
And Ollie's just like, wow. Like you see kids do with like the fireworks at places on someone's shoulders.
Ooh.
And I feel like I'm going to pull in one of the things we picked for the holiday traditions. And the birds are taking their flight and doing the dance, and it becomes the different phases of the moon like we talked about. And when they come and land, I think it shifts into a quiet and caring ballet. A ballet around like the bonfire. And everyone just, again, ooh and ah. It's so different from what the lightning dancers were doing. And they're amazed at it.
And slowly but surely, all the members of the crowd start coming, walking, dancing into the dance circle in the middle until everybody's in the middle dancing. And it gets frenetic and wild and almost like a mosh pit, but without the slamming, just like high energy, the lightning's crackling and everyone's dancing in these ways. And then suddenly the lightning stops. And the moon seems to glow brighter. And the dancing, we all find ourselves falling into sync with everyone around us. Until we're all moving as one.
Let's
Like,
imagine
go ahead.
It's quiet at this moment. Yeah. And it's like you could feel everybody else here. All the emotion that everyone carried in here. And then for a moment it's just lifted. And it's just oneness, right?
No one knows how long this goes on.
Time's just a construct, man.
Yeah.
At some point, Esme finds herself beside Zenobi. And she whispers to him, "Do you feel that? Do you feel the moonlight?"
Always, Esme.
I've always seen the moonlight, but I've never felt the moonlight. It's tingly.
Yeah, you notice there's murmurs. Go ahead.
As I say, that's what happens when you give yourself to dance. When you completely let go of everything you hold in this existence to connect with everyone else.
There's murmurs of similar conversations across the area, but then a single flute starts up, and then a drum, and then a violin.
No, not a violin, a fiddle.
A fiddle. Until there's a symphony going of formal and improvised instruments. And bonfires get bigger. The fires over there turn into bonfires.
They're blue bonfires.
Blue bonfires.
How do I feel like I'm me and yet I'm one with everyone at the same time?
Sometimes the most beautiful things are found in paradox that isn't really a paradox. And Puppy just kind of drifts by, drifted in right as he asked, and kind of drifts by after saying that.
if Ollie was still on Puppy's shoulders doing some dancing up there, just like magic, Esme, magic.
Yes, it is magic.
I imagine the night goes on like this, people dancing, people sitting around the fires.
Yeah, and I imagine it's like
Well,
quiet. There's like you don't have to say much tonight to anyone. Like you kind of just know what other people are feeling, right? It's not like, but it's like you're just glad to be with everyone else. And there's laughter and maybe crying, like there's a kind of release of emotion, I feel like.
to build on the theme from your meditation, there's also a tradition of people like falling in love this night and doing what lovers do. But people, there's almost like this special, it's not status, but there's this thing about people who met and fell in love at the moon dance.
So being born on the moon dance is one thing, but being conceived on the moon dance is a different thing.
Or even meeting your lover. Yeah. Yeah. But yes, your meditation about love and sexual desire.
Ceremonial marriages of the moon are tradition here.
Is that one we picked?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So
it was what you especially wanted, Manaka.
Right. So maybe we're rewriting that no one actually gets married at the moon dance. It's more about people who are going to get married meet at the moon dance. If I can,
there's a connection that's made among people here.
Yeah, take some creative license there. They actually don't do weddings. It's actually, I want to go back on whatever I was thinking of at the 13 weeks ago, whatever it was. No, it was only 2 weeks. It was only 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So whatever, whole another world. But yeah, no weddings allowed at the moon dance site, but there's special blessings of people who fall in love. Something about the clarity that happens this night. You have a better vision of your love.
I like that. That might be a good place to stop then.
Yeah.
So we like to end by stepping out of the circle with questions and the names. So we almost always start with saying favorite moments for tonight, something you appreciated about your play or someone else's play. And Lara, you're at the top of the order.
I'm at the top. I really appreciate how Nopi's birthday present and birthday party came together. And the playfulness that we had there. Even Esme with the playfulness. I thought that was great. And then it's Tennille's turn whenever she's ready.
Yes, I'm good. What did I appreciate? I liked all of us sort of like coming together and making gifts for each other. All of us made gifts for each other in this game. I really appreciate that. Gifts are something that I don't know, are kind of important to me. So and it's always like the thought that counts. It's never really about the actual gift itself. So it's pretty cool. Really appreciated that. Dustin.
Yeah, well, Tennille, I just learned your love language right now, so I'm guessing it's gifts.
Yeah, you did. But it's mostly like me giving the gift. Although it's nice, it's always nice to receive, but I don't know, there's something about giving that that is really a part of my love language for sure.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this. I'm trying to think of like an exact moment per se. I enjoyed the playfulness with the cake a lot, but also the dance, and I appreciate other people thinking of like what the dance looks like and everything. I like where we ended as a group with it, of it kind of being this real connection among other people who were here, and kind of getting that insight and that connection. Yeah, I feel like that's something that's hard, like thinking outside of game and play now, right? Like it's so easy to get wrapped up in our individual lives and worlds and thought and all of that, and to like just have that moment where you feel connected to everybody, I think is rare and something to be cherished, noticed, aware of, grateful for.
Absolutely.
I'm grateful for having that moment with everybody tonight. Thank you.
I have to confess that I almost enjoy too much picking on Esme and pushing Esme out of comfort zones into trying new things.
I'm happy to be of service.
Of course she is. I'm trying to formulate a question about love and connection and relationships. That's kind of like where we ended and kind of became a big theme. But my sleep cycle is really off because I was sick last week and just kind of exhausted. So I'm not getting a clear question. You guys have a way to help me refine that?
I'm just trying to think, like we've talked about family, and kind of a bit like what is family in our gameplay, a bit, but like what does a loving relationship mean to you, I guess, is one of my thoughts. Like
to our characters or to the players?
Players.
Mm-hmm.
You choose.
A loving relationship. I mean, you put that out there, and there's a lot of things that can go into it. When it boils down to is connection and care, and in some ways like mutual respect and wanting to understand the other person and get to know them. And I think even the example of like Menachem likes picking on Esme, but like getting to know her and know where her limits are and where her comfort zone is. That's a loving way of pushing someone. So I think that my first thought was like joy and good feelings and love, but a loving relationship isn't always that. It should be that most of the time, but it's not always that. So I think that's my definition.
I'm going to go with my character because I'm still feeling Esme.
Mm-hmm.
And Esme would say that a loving relationship starts with listening. Listening and kind of like knowing things that the other person wants, things that matter to that other person. And in many ways, putting that other person ahead of yourself.
Are you kind of asking answering what has Tennille learned from Esme about love and relationships?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wow, that just hit me in the heart. Uh, that was great. Yeah, I would say like what I've learned from Esme is really like her devotion to service and putting someone ahead of yourself, but not to the detriment of yourself, and having faith that that person is going to be there when you need them. Yeah.
So kind of like inconveniencing yourself for someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Yeah, for whatever reason right now, I just keep thinking of a line from the movie Reality Bites. Like Ethan Hawke's character is talking about that moment when your laughter becomes a cackle. Like it's like somebody else well enough that like all those little moments for them, and whereas something may be annoying to somebody else who doesn't know that person as well or is as connected, whereas loved by the other person, like it becomes endearing for you, like, oh yeah, okay, like that's just something that this person does, and it could be annoying, but I really enjoy it. There's a certain amount of like, you get to know somebody well enough to know those little bits about them. Yeah, that's my answer for tonight.
I spent a lot of my life being surprised when I found mutual respect between people I respected, that they actually respected and liked me, and loved me back. So I kind of what like Lara was saying about being understood. I've also something about it is love is the people who see you and you see them. And I think, to be fair, I'll answer the question of what I think I've learned from Puppy. This may be a good debrief question, but we'll go deeper about love and relationship and connection. Puppy sees beauty and he tells everybody about it, including the beauty of the people that he's talking to, right? And he tells people why they're beautiful, and so I think I thought about love a lot in the last several years and how I express my love. And I think say the thing, see the beauty in other people, see their loves, love them, and say it. Don't just see it and be happy with it, but share how you're feeling with the people you love, and tell them you love them. I've known that, but Puppy's really helped me reinforce that and maybe help me build it as a habit to be expressive and effusive. So I'm not very expressive and effusive, and maybe this is helping me be more so. Puppy is helping me be more so.
Do or do not.
I have it. I caught myself qualifying. Maybe I'm being. No, I'm not. I am being. Not maybe. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Thanks for helping formulate that question, and then and continue to formulate it by your answer there, Tennille. So, thank you, Dustin, for formulating. We end and step out of the circle back into our lives, maybe having learned from our characters, also having a good time, sharing and connecting with each other. We do the name ritual in reverse. Character name, then player name.
I've been Ollie tonight.
Hi, Ollie.
Good night, Ollie. Enjoy your jacket.
Little rascallion.
And I'm Lara. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Lara.
Dreams, Lara.
I've been Esme.
Esme.
Good night,
Good night,
Esme.
Esme.
Good night. And I'm Tennille. Good night, everyone.
Pleasant
Good night,
dreams, Tennille.
Thank you.
I've been Nopey tonight.
Happy birthday, Nopey.
Happy
night,
birthday,
Nopey.
Nopey.
I am Dustin. Good night, everyone.
Good
Pleasant
night,
night,
dreams,
Dustin.
I have been Puppy.
Hey, puppy.
Good night,
Good night, puppy.
And I am Menachem.
Good night, Menachem.
Good night, Menachem.
Night.
Sleep well.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
And remember, if there's somebody that you love, tell them.
Amen.
I
See
like
you next time.
that. Bye.
Good night, everyone. See you next week.